Alright, welcome. This is Placement Game 5 for the Axis. I'm playing against Deliberate 23. And Deliberate 23 had a very interesting Russia round 1. He did not attack Ukraine at all. He attacked Finland. And he attacked West Russia with 10 guys. He bought a tank, 2 infantry, and 3 artilleries. And he never moved his sub. So it's kind of interesting. Gives me a lot of options here. So I went ahead and just bought 9 infantries, 2 artilleries, and 1 tank. And because he didn't move the sub, we're going to do some risky plays. And we're going to kill this stuff in Finland here because I don't want it there. And because he left us the bomber, we're going to try the 70% battle in Egypt. So, usually I go 6-0 on C-Zone 7, but in this case, I'm going to do 5, because we're using these 2 planes. I'm going to go 5, and 1 over there in C-Zone 10 to try to knock that out. We are going to take a tank and 1 infantry. We're going to drop them in Finland. We're going to take these 2 guys and drop them in Finland. We're going to take this plane and attack Finland. We're going to take this plane. We're not going to use that plane. We're going to use the plane that's in Germany and attack Finland. This plane here, 1. How can that guy get there? Oh, 1, 2, 3. No, we're not going to do that. We are not going to do that. Alright. We are going to attack Egypt. And where's our bomber? We're going to attack Egypt with our bomber. We're going to take 1 guy and take Karelia. The only issue is going to be we're going to have to leave a plane in Norway without any infantry cover, which kind of sucks, but not terrible. In fact, we actually have an extra plane because he left us one in Ukraine, which we normally don't have, so that's actually not bad. We could put a bunch of planes here and just make sure we hammer that. Now let's try it. It's going to have 1 fuel remaining, and this one here is going to have 1 fuel remaining. So we're going to put a bunch of planes in. Well, no, because then he can attack with the 3 planes there. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. So where's my other plane that's going up there? So we're not going to do that. We're probably going to lose a fighter, but it's okay because we probably should have lost him anyway in Ukraine. So let me see, what other attacks do I want to do? I think that's it. Pretty sure that's it. All right. So let's see how that goes. I don't know why Egypt is implausible when it's a 70% chance to win the... God, that was pretty fucking disastrous. Alright. The bomber's going to go there. These guys are going to go down here. He's going to move back. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to move these 3 guys. I'm going to move 2 guys back to Poland. The artillery back to Poland. I'm going to move 2 guys back to Bello. I'm going to fly... I can fly that one back to Germany, and then one's got to go there. And then these can go... Hell, I can put them in France. I kind of wanted to move those forward. Well... Actually, I'll put them in Northwestern. Put the anti-aircraft gun in Northwestern. Put this guy in Northwestern. And we'll move 2 of those guys to Northwestern. We'll move the tanks to Baltic. Tanks to Baltic. We'll move this fighter. We'll move this guy to Baltic. We'll move this tank to Baltic. We'll move these guys to Poland. Move this guy to whatchamacallit, Southern Europe. Move this tank to Baltic. Move the AA gun to Baltic. We'll move this guy to... Let's move to Baltic. We'll move this fighter. I kind of want to move it down here. Let's see here. Move it to Poland. We'll leave the 2 fighters in Poland. Actually, move this fighter to Poland, then we'll move... Where's that other fighter? I kind of want to leave him in Poland. So those 2 are going there. The anti-aircraft gun and 3 guys are going there. Yeah, let's move to Northwestern. Alright, I think that's all we want to do. It's a convoluted looking mess. Alright, we're going to put a tank in Germany. We're going to put 1 artillery in Italy. We're going to put 1 artillery... Okay. In Germany, I'll put 8 guys in Germany and 1 guy in Italy. Right? And we'll move this. We can't. Alright. Alright. I think that's it. That'll do it for round 1 for Germany. A really long round because a lot of options were presented. And I'll see you guys back for round 1 in Japan. Alright, welcome back. This is round 1 for Japan. So, a couple of interesting moves from UK. He used 2 fighters to kill my transport here in C Zone 5. And then he moved his cruiser from 13 over here to 10. And he flew the fighters back to UK instead of landing them in West Russia. He also moved 4 guys into Transjordan who didn't try to take Egypt back. So, not really sure what he's doing there. Bought a couple tanks and a plane and threw them in India. He did not fortify Sichuan, so we're going to attack that. And but he did move all 5 northern Russia troops down here to Berry. So he did do that. I don't really know what his plans are. He did flee Australia into C Zone 41. I'm not sure what his plans are, but my new I'm trying out a new buy for Japan, which is a sub, a destroyer, and an industrial complex for round 1. And the rationale behind that is to be able to put troops on the mainland and have a couple of ships bought in case they do decide to do a KJF. We will have to start keeping pace with buying ships. So we're going to do that. In our case here, we're going to do a couple of different things. We're going to set up to take Australia next turn, and we'll probably put a transport in 61 to put some troops into Yunnan. Because like I said, we are going to try Sichuan. So for our combat, we're going to take all 4 of those guys. And 1 of those guys. We are going to take a fighter from Japan. We are going to take that guy and that guy. The bomber. The fighter from Thailand. And let's see. Those fighters cannot get there. So those fighters will go and attack Yunnan. Okay, so what do we see here? 1 infantry, 1 artillery, 2 fighters, and a bomber. Oh yeah, we got to take this fighter here. Alright. And we're going to take all of this stuff here and attack Yunnan. I would leave these guys here, but since we're hoping to kill all this stuff here, I won't need to leave any land troops. If I do, I'll drop a couple off. But since he didn't kill my transport, they're kind of free to do whatever. So we'll take I don't know if I want to drop him in. Alright, we'll go ahead and just leave it like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and do these battles and see what happens. Alright, battles went okay. We took kind of a beating in Yunnan, but all the other battles went well. And we did what we wanted to do. So, we are going to take one of these aircraft carriers. Oh yeah, we'll put it there. We'll put it there, and we'll put 2 of the fighters there. We'll land those 2 fighters in K-Tung. This fighter in K-Tung. The bomber we will land in K-Tung as well. We'll move this guy up here. Move the battleship to 48. We're going to take a tank and a guy. And go to 61 and drop them in. Let's drop them in. And we'll drop them in Yunnan. We'll take this transport and move it over to C-Zone 48. We'll take our aircraft carrier and move it over there. We'll take 1 plane and move it over there. Take our cruiser and move it right there. 4. Alright, take our sub and move it to 48. Take our battleship down here to 48 and our destroyer down here to 48. My only concern is I'm going to have, I think, 4 aircraft in Kwangtung with no land units. But I guess if he wants to trade a plane for a plane, we can do that. And I'll set it up so my bomber dies first. So that'll be... And I guess he could push forward. Well, and then we're going to have 2 units in Yunnan there. Alright. I think... Is that all? Yeah, I think that's all. Alright. Alright, so we're going to put an industrial complex in Kwangtung, a destroyer in C-Zone 60, and a submarine in C-Zone 60. Alright, that's going to do it for Japan round 1. I will see you guys back for Germany round 2. Alright, welcome back. This is round 2 for Germany. So just a quick state of the board. United States, I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. He did buy some stuff for the East Coast of the United States to prepare landings, obviously. And he moved his battleship, a transport, and a destroyer up to 65 and put a couple guys in a plane up in Alaska. But left all of his stuff in Hawaii. So, not quite sure what his strategy is going to be here. So, not really sure what the United States is doing yet. As far as the Soviets, they went ahead and just bought 2 artilleries. Let's see, what did they buy? They bought, a tank and 7 infantries. And they put the tank down here in the Caucasus, and they spread out the infantry. They moved some of their stuff to Archangel. They have basically a stack in Archangel, a stack in the Caucasus, and nothing in West Russia. I've done the calculations, and as long as I take West Russia, I'm going to easily be able to stack Karelia, and I think even if I don't take West Russia, and he has the extra 2 tanks to attack, I think I'm going to be okay, because I'm going to land planes there. So I think I'm going to be okay. Africa, I think I'm going to do just, I think I'm going to just start running this tank down here and just trying to take some Africa stuff and get him to move some guys around. So I'm going to abandon Egypt, I guess, for 1 turn, fortify Libya a little bit, and then run the tank around and see what I can do here and capture some some ICs. So, not sure if I'm going to run over here or here. Because if I run here, I can capture 2 next turn. If I run here, I can potentially capture 2 next turn or even 3 next turn. So we'll see what happens. I'll probably end up running over to French Equatorial Africa. So, oops. So let's go ahead and get this going. So for West Russia, we're going to take 1 guy from each Bello and Karelia, and we're gonna attack with some fighters. And let's do 3 fighters. No, let's do this fighter here. We'll park all those 3 fighters up in Karelia. We're gonna fly these 3 fighters down to Africa. And let me see what else I want to do here. We'll run this guy over to French Equatorial Africa. And our bomber. Let's see, our bomber, we can fly up there too. Not sure if we want to leave it in Africa. I might want to leave it in Africa. So let's not do that right now. Because if we leave it in Africa, we might be able to use it to. But we're gonna have some planes here, so actually let's fly our bomber back up here, and we'll maybe put him in Karelia. That might be even better. It'll be. I don't know. But I think that's better. That's a better move. So that's all we're going to do is we're just going to take West Russia. And we're going to stack Karelia. Alright. So for the non-com, we're going to land. Our bomber will land. I don't know how sneaky we can be with it. I think we'll just land it in Karelia. We'll move this guy to Karelia. We'll move our tank. Oops. We'll move our tank to Karelia. We'll move our 8 tanks, 3 guys, anti-aircraft gun to Karelia. Our 3 planes will go to Karelia. We're going to move 6 guys and our artillery to Bello. Our tank will go to Karelia. Our tank over here will go to Karelia. Let's see here. This guy is going to go up to Bello. This guy's going to go into Ukraine. Let's see here. Our 3 and 3. Let's see. What does he got here? He's just got. He could attack it. We're going to take our 3 planes and fly them down to Libya. And we'll just do 2 planes down to Libya. We'll move the guy forward. We're going to move our transport here. We're going to pick up an artillery and a guy. Drop them in Libya. Move our battleship here for cover. And our other plane, let's see what we want to do here. We'll move. He's only got 1 transport, so he can either take France or Northwestern. I think we'll take move this plane here down it. We'll move it up to Karelia. And then we'll move three guys down to France. Our AA gun down to France. We'll move two guys down to France. We'll move six guys and an artillery up to Baltic. And this guy here, we'll leave him there. If he takes France, so be it. We'll deal with it, because we're going to have a lot of troops. So that's going to be it for that. Alright. So for the mobilization, we're going to put two artilleries in Karelia. We're going to put one artillery in Italy, one artillery in Germany. We're going to put 8 guys in Germany and 1 guy in Italy. All right. So that's where we're at now. We're probably going to try to stack West Russia next round. Or depending on what he does, we might just wipe Archangel. I have a feeling I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know how to predict this guy, so I'm not even going to try. But we will see what he does, and I will be back for Japan round 2 to give you a state of the board and see how it's going. I will see you then. Alright, welcome back. This is round 2 for Japan. So, as I was talking about in Germany's turn, I'm not really sure what United States' play is. So, it could be an inexperienced player, or it could be somebody trying out something new to see if a strategy works, which I've seen a bunch of times. I've done it myself, so I'm not exactly sure what his plan is, but our priority here is we're going to take Berry if we can, lightly take Sinkang, and then move some forces down here in position. So our purchase for this round was 2 artilleries, 4 infantries, and 2 transports. Because he didn't kill our transport in round 1, we'll need to buy 2 more, and then we'll be up and running to start landing 10 land units in Asia every turn, because we're going to buy some for mainland Japan. So for our combat move, we're going to take these 2 guys. We are going to take an artillery and a guy, land in Berry. We're going to take our 2 battleships and go up here to 62 and bombard. We are going to take our 2 planes from 61 and our 3 planes from Ketung, and we're going to take our bomber. So we're selling out. Hopefully we can kill this and not take too many losses. We're going to take this with 1 guy. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to take an artillery and an infantry, go down to 46, take the cruiser down to 46, take the plane down to Australia, and we're going to try to take Western Australia. And then everything else, I think that's it. I think that's all we wanted to do. We're not going to take Burma for now. I don't know what he's going to do here. He may hit Yunnan. But we're going to see what he's going to do. So I'm kind of interested to see what he does. There. So let's go ahead and review our battles. Strong in Berry, which is important. Captured Sinkang, which we knew we would, and pretty strong in Western Australia. So let's see how these work. Okay, that was a rounding success. We didn't lose any units at all. Actually, I take that back. We lost two infantries in Berry, and that's it. Which all in all is pretty freaking good. Alright, so we're going to take one aircraft carrier down here, and we're going to land our plane in C-Zone 46. We are going to take our aircraft carrier from here, go up to 62. We're going to land two planes there. Take our destroyer up to 62, our other one up to 62, our sub, our other sub, and our other destroyer. Everything's going to 62. Actually, maybe I should use one of those destroyers over in C-Zone 35. Just to keep this from being able to attack. He won't be able to attack Thailand or East Indies. Alright, so let's do that. It's going to be a waste of a destroyer, but let's move it over there anyway. Which, it's going to die, but that's okay. We can replenish it. Alright, so let's move these four guys. And we're going to move the artillery and the tank up to Sichuan. We're going to take our bomber and put it in Sichuan. We're going to take... Alright, our three fighters and put them in Manchuria. Just because I don't know, this guy's pretty unpredictable. I don't know if he's going to want to take this stuff out of here. I assume he's going to try to go back to take some of Africa back. But I don't know. He maybe decides to go forward. If the tanks press forward, that's okay. We can wipe them. Actually, the tanks would be nice if the tanks press forward. If he decides to take Thailand, we can still move back down here in position to make them pay. And then we've just opened up the north part of the Soviet Union. Except this guy here, he's probably going to attack Berry. But if he does, I think we have enough units to wipe this. Can't get any of this stuff over there, so that'll work out for us too, I think. So anyway, that's going to be it for my non-com move. Alright, so we're going to take 2 transports and throw them in 62. 2 artilleries into Keitung. 4 infantries into mainland Japan. Alright, so that is going to be it for Japan round 2. I will see you guys back for Germany round 3. Alright, welcome back. This is round 3 for Germany. So, state of the board. America started landing in Morocco. Oops. And they're building up over here. Added a transport and an aircraft carrier. A transport, 2 tanks that he put in western United States, 2 infantries that he put in western, and an aircraft carrier. Again, I'm not sure. And he moved down to C-Zone 45, which is great, but he has no transports. So he has nothing there. Now, I'm thinking he's going to move these guys from England and land them back in Eastern Australia on the next turn. He may do that. And if he does that, I may leave this. But the plan for Japan, obviously, is going to be to jump up and take Burma, consolidate our fleets. We're going to have to buy ships now because he's going to start encroaching into the Pacific. So we'll deal with that later. Right now, for Germany, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to take Egypt back. We're going to get rid of this. And we're going to take West Russia and stack it. The only question I have is if I take Archangel or not. If I don't take Archangel and I stack West Russia, and we got to assume that we lose some guys, right? So we're going to attack with 12 infantries into West Russia. So if we assume that they both get hits, and we get double hit back, we'll have 10 infantries left. That means he can attack us with 17 infantries, if we count the Archangel guy. 17 infantries, 6 tanks, and artillery, and 2 planes. And I have an 84% chance to hold with 10 infantries. If I take out Archangel, it's 82%. So I think I'm going to take out Archangel. Because I give him another something to think about. Maybe he'll waste some time trying to take this back, and we'll squeeze him for a little bit more money. So 82% versus 84% to hold is not that bad. And that's also assuming that I fly my Japanese bomber and land it in Russia. I'm sorry, in West Russia this turn. If I decide not to do that, I've still got a 77% chance, 78% chance to hold. I would love to have fighters land here, but I don't have enough fighters. My 3 fighters here can't make it there, and the fighters, I used them up here to encroach on Russia, so I don't have enough. I can't get them anywhere, so. Once they, after I attack this next turn, I should have some fighters in position to go and assist West Russia, but by then Russia's going to make a decision whether or not to attack it. So we're going to take Archangel, and really we may not take it, but what we're going to do is we're going to kill this guy no matter what. So we will take let's see, 3 planes. We'll take 3 planes. And then we're going to attack with everything else into West Russia. All right. Everything else is going into West Russia. Right? All right. So for this one, we're going to take our tank and we're going to attack Egypt with everything we got here. And we're going to take our Italy guys and attack them and bombard as well. We're going to hit Egypt with everything we have. Alright, so after that, after these battles take place, we'll look at the results and see what we do on our non-com. All the battles are strong. Okay, so the end resulting of our combat was actually pretty good. We didn't take Archangel, but of course we killed a guy. But we took West Russia without a loss, which is really nice. So let's land our fighters back in West Russia. We'll take our bomber and we'll land our bomber in Italy. We're going to move everybody forward. Except here, we're going to move our France guys there. We're just shifting our France guy over. Let's see here. All right. All right, we're going to move this AA gun over here and this one back to Germany. And then we're going to move our artillery forward. We're going to move 2 guys to Poland. Two guys to southern or Bulgaria. And we'll move 4 guys to Baltic. Oh yeah, and these fighters here, they're going to land in Italy. If he takes France, it's fine, because we're going to have some material here to take it back. So let's see. I think that's all we want to do. Actually, let's not move the Bulgaria guys. We'll move them to We'll move 1 to Baltic, and we'll move 1 to Bulgaria. Alright, I think that's going to be good. Oh, we got to move our AA gun down here to West Russia. Alright. Alright, so for this, we mobilize 3. Mobilize 2 guys and an artillery into Italy. We mobilize 6 infantry, 3 artillery, and a tank into Germany. He's got nothing that can hit Germany yet. Obviously, we're really vulnerable on our backside. We have France is open, Northwestern's open. A lot of stuff is open. He can actually take quite a few territories. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to do that. Hold on. 2 artilleries are going up here to Karelia. And then 1 artillery is going to... and 1 is going to Germany. Right? 2 artilleries up in Karelia, yeah. Alright. We put the tank here just in case, you know, if he does decide to encroach up here, we can have some punch with the tank to kick him out. Or we can use it to punch the back end here, so... we are going to need some troops to defend Germany because he can start landing. But he's not got a lot of stuff, especially since he's dividing his forces now. So, all right. That'll do it for Germany round 2. I will see you guys back for Japan. I'm sorry, that was Germany round 3. I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 3. All right, welcome back. This is round 3 for Japan. So the UK did what we thought they would do. They backtracked into Australia. And then they took Norway and moved forward into Algeria. So they're making a little bit of inroads this way. Now Germany is under kind of a threat. Not a serious one yet, but he is making moves in that direction. So in this turn, because he's got this navy here and he's got this navy here and he's not leaving Pacific, we went ahead and bought 2 more subs and a destroyer, and we bought a couple tanks for K-Tung and an infantry that will throw in mainland Japan. And then we had to repair. He bombed Kwang Tung's IC, so we had to repair 1 damage of. We had to repair 1 IPC of damage to Kwang Tung. So we're probably going to take India round 4 if this sets up right. So for the combat move, we're going to move this guy here, move this guy here. And the reason for that is because if this guy decides to land in Soviet Far East or Berry, I'm going to have only the infantry there. That's going to be at risk because he's not going to get the artillery. I'd like to save the artillery, a little bit more valuable of a unit, so that's why I moved him forward that way. Ideally, these guys will marry up and march on towards Russia. And then we're going to stack Burma. So I thought about taking Eastern Australia with our infantry and artillery and a plane. But even though it's 85% to take it, a lot of times we lose an infantry, and I think they're better used elsewhere. I'm going to leave 1 guy here in Australia. If he wants to attack me 2-on-1, 2 1s rolling against a 2, he can, because he has no UK fighters. His American fighters, if he wants to risk a plane against an infantry, well, that's a fair trade for me. I'll trade an infantry for a plane all day long. So if he wants to fire the 2 planes at the infantry and kill him, so be it. So we're going to pick up this guy here. We're going to go here, pick up this guy, go to 36, attack Burma, use the plane. Ooh, I wonder if I should do that. No, I probably shouldn't. And attack Burma. We're going to use the cruiser and bombard Burma. We're going to move these guys in there. We're going to move the tank in there. We are going to... let's see here. We're going to take 1 guy. I'm doing it this way because it's easier to to maneuver because we're going to pick up guys and artilleries. And now we can just do the remainder. 2 guys, take them down here and drop them in Burma. Our battleships will bombard. Our planes will attack. Let's see. Oh yeah, and we're going to bomb Russia. Hopefully we don't get hit. The reason we're doing that is because Russia only has like 23 monies. Where is it? 23 monies left. So they only can buy 7 troops. So if we can knock a little bit off of the top of Moscow, then we'll do that. It's a risk, I know, because we're going to risk the bomber, but I don't think it's that bad of a risk, actually. So, and I think that's all we want to do. Yep, I think so. All right, let's go to it. See how the bombing raid goes. All right. I'm going to fly all 3 planes back there. We're going to take our aircraft carrier and go back there. We're going to take our other aircraft carrier and go down there. We're going to take our subs and go down to 36. Take our destroyers and go down to 36. We're going to take our 3 planes and go to Sichuan. And we're going to move one of our guys back to Sichuan. So we have a decent stack in Burma. 6 guys, a tank, and 3 artilleries. And we'll see if we can't take India next turn. I'm sure he's going to land some guys over here. He's either going to take the free money in Buri, or he's going to take on my guy here in Soviet Far East. We'll see what happens. But right here, he's got no transports except for the UK guy. So if he wants to, I don't know what he wants to do. If he wants to try to go for this island, he can't get there the next turn, so we can wipe him. I would actually love for him to do that. He can attack that, but 2 infantries against 2 infantries is not a great odds. He can use the planes, but if he really wants to, I'm going to wipe this fleet anyway next turn because I got my fleet here. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, that is Japan round 3, and we'll see you guys back. Oh, wait a minute. I got to mobilize. We'll throw our 2 tanks into Ketung. We'll throw our destroyer into 60 and our 2 subs into 60. And our infantrymen into mainland Japan. Alright, that will do it for round 3 for Japan. I'll see you guys back for round 4 for Germany. Alright, welcome back. This is Germany round 4. This is going to be a decisive round in the game, I think. One of the premises that I operate on is the longer the game goes, the more in favor of the Allies it becomes. So if you're playing as the Axis and you have a chance to do a decisive battle early in the game, you should take it. That's just something I operate on. I don't always do it, but sometimes I'll take higher risks as Axis early because they have the money and the territory to recover from kind of bad mistakes, whereas the Allies, some of the Allies don't. And so the longer the game goes, it favors the Allies. So we're going to do a couple of plays this turn. One big play, which is to take the Caucasus. And another principle that I sometimes find it very difficult to operate on, but if you're going to be very successful at this game, you have to, and that's the coordination of powers. If you look at some of the really good players in this game, they always make moves with consideration of the other power. So in this instance, I'm going to take the Caucasus with everything that I have in West Russia and a couple of guys from Italy. And then, obviously, I projected the counterattack. Well, the counterattack, he was pretty much could wipe me with what he has left over in Kazakh and Russia. He could pretty much wipe that. However, I have Japanese fighters in position in Sichuan and C-Zone 36, so they can land in the Caucasus before Russia's turn. After they land, and really I calculated I only need really 5 fighters there to land, I have a 98% chance to hold the Caucasus. If I hold the Caucasus and Karelia, we can fight over West Russia a lot, but we can really put a stranglehold on Russia. And the other thing is, I did some rough estimations with India for Japan's turn this round, and even if he goes maximum defense, this tank goes back to India and he buys 3 fighters, let's say. I have over a 90% chance to take India this turn. If he buys 3 tanks, it's higher. If he buys 3 infantry, it's higher. So India in all likelihood will fall this turn, especially once I kill his armor that he has here. Can't respond. And then we're going to take Ukraine back. We're going to move some troops. The other thing I calculated out, and if you're not using a calculator, I highly recommend it, calculating the maximum defensive units necessary to hold territory, right? So I looked at what the Allies, specifically England, because if you look at the Atlantic, the United States has no transports in the area. So they are absolutely no threat to Europe. Yeah, they've already landed in Africa, and so, yeah, I'm going to lose some territory in Africa maybe, but they are absolutely no threat to Germany. So the maximum they can attack with, given they only have 1 transport with the UK, is an infantry, a tank, and 2 fighters and a cruiser. The only exception to that is in Karelia, where they can use a bomber. Which means that Italy, since they have no transports, Italy is totally safe. It's not under any threat at all. So all these units can move out. So I can shift stack everything I have in Italy over to France. And just to make it a little bit more favorable to me, because I want to get more punch forward, I will move the artillery into Germany and swap it out with the infantrymen. So, because they defend the same, right? So I've calculated the sweet spot is 8 infantry. 8 infantry gives me a 96% chance to hold against this. So everywhere I want to hold, France, Germany, Baltic, and Karelia, I got to have at least 8 infantry to defend there. So I'm going to shift some things around to defend in Europe. So that's how we approach. The other thing I'm going to do is just to squeeze a little bit of money out of the UK is I'm going to move an infantry into Transjordan and use my tank to take Belgian Congo down here, just to squeeze them for a couple more IPCs. And these troops realistically are 2 turns away from hitting me in Egypt, so I'll have time to bring them back for a good defense, right? So we're going to do that. So for the combat move, first things first, we'll take Transjordan with the 1 guy, and we'll take Belgian Congo with our tank, right? So that's done. We're going to take Archangel too, because it's free. It'll take another IPC away from Russia and squeeze them a little bit. And in Ukraine, we're going to move our 3 infantries that we have in range of Ukraine. We're going to move all those forward, and we're going to take our 2 planes from Italy and attack Ukraine and hopefully take that back. And then for obviously the centerpiece of our attack, we're going to attack everything we have into the Caucasus. and our bomber. Alright, so we're moving everything we can possibly attack with into the Caucasus. Right? So let's see how those battles go. Which is really one battle that we're mainly concerned with. Okay. So the combat went exactly as we predicted. In fact, we predicted that they would lose... that I would lose 7 infantry in the attack. And so my defense... So we're going to move our anti-aircraft gun down there. Our bomber is going to fly back to Germany. Our 4 planes are going to fly back to Karelia. Our 2 planes from Ukraine are going to fly to Poland. Alright. We are going to move our 6 infantry over to France. We're going to move 2 of our infantry here over to France. We're going to move our tank to Ukraine. Actually, you know what? Now that since we didn't use the tank, I thought we were going to use it, but we didn't. We'll move the tank up to Karelia. We're going to move our artillery up to Karelia. We're going to move 2 guys up to Karelia. We are going to move four guys and this artillery to Baltic. We're going to move the AA gun from Italy over to France. This is going to be without an AA gun. We're going to leave it in Germany just in case, because I just hate... It's just too much of a risk. I don't want to do it. And we're going to take one of our guys here and we're going to leave it in Western Russia, just so he doesn't get a free taking it back. So he can't just blitz it back. Alright, so our defense is now set. We've got an AA gun, 5 infantries, 4 artilleries, 11 tanks sitting in the Caucasus. I calculated for him to bring all this stuff except for the UK tank, obviously, into the Caucasus. But one thing is, on our turn, we may decide, depending on what UK does, to move all this stuff and just take the Caucasus, take Kazakh, which, especially if he moves the tank out of here, we'll take Kazakh, land our planes in the Caucasus, and then he'll have 4 less units with which to counterpunch, which is going to put an even bigger squeeze on Russia. So, to mobilize, we're going to put our 2 artilleries in Karelia. We are going to put 10 infantries in Germany, and we're going to put 2 infantries in Italy. So if he somehow is able to take Berlin, then either I miscalculated or maybe I need to take a break from this game. Which is a possibility. I mean, stranger things have happened, right? When you have dice rolls, right? So, anyway, that is going to be Germany's round 4. And I will see you guys back for Japan round 4. We'll see what UK does and how we respond to it. Alright, welcome back. This is round 4 for Japan. So, quick state of the board. Britain moved over to C Zone 44. He's going to take the Philippines. He bought 3 tanks for India. or a couple tanks for India. Didn't move this tank for India. Left his fighters, moved them out of the area, but didn't take anybody with him for these transports. And he bought a transport and put some more stuff here in C-Zone 6. So, and he still has a little mini fleet here and a little mini fleet here for the USA. So I went ahead and bought some more ships, a destroyer, and 2 fighters. I'm going to send some of my fleet from C-Zone 36 back to defend Japan. Bought a couple of artilleries for Kwangtung, and I'm going to put a guy in an artillery for Kwangtung, and I'll put another artillery in mainland Japan. So, but we're also going to block. So we're going to do 2 attacks this turn. One is going to be India. The other one is going to be Kazakh. So let's do India first. Alrighty. One battleship. 1 cruiser. 3 of those fighters. And one of those fighters. Now the key here is if we lose a fighter from the air defense, we need to take the fighter that came from Sichuan, because all of our fighters at the end of this turn are going to land in the Caucasus to protect our German stack here. So the other attack we're going to do is we're going to attack the Kazakh here. Now this may be a little bit risky because it's attacking with pretty much every other unit that we have, so we're not having a whole lot of material here in the mainland Asia. If he starts wanting to come down here, but if it survives, we're going to be able to start shipping troops left and right over to the mainland here. So our plan is, I believe, pretty sound. So we'll see what happens here. I think I want to take 1 aircraft carrier over here too, to land right here if a plane lives. If they all live. If they don't live, well, we'll see what happens. Alright, so that's all of our attacks. So let's get down to business. Alright. Okay, both of our battles went pretty darn fantastic. We only lost 2 guys in India, which is friggin' awesome. And we only lost 2 guys in Kazakh, which is also really, really good. So, we're going to land our planes into the Caucasus. Except for one, we're going to take 1 aircraft carrier, move it to 35, and land this plane in C-Zone 35. We are going to take our destroyers, our subs, our remaining transports, and our battleship, and our aircraft carrier. I'm going to move it all to C-Zone 60. All of it. This battle was absolutely awesome. Anyway, I digress. Okay, we're going to move this guy forward over to Yakut. And then we're going to take our destroyer here to 63, because we're going to block this fleet from doing the back door, sneaking around and dropping their troops into mainland Japan. So we've now prevented that. So if he wants to attack the fleet in 60, he can. If he does not, we're going to wipe him. because I've calculated it. We can wipe him. I suspect he's just going to take the Philippines. But we'll see. But I think that is all. I got the 5 fighters in there. Okay, that is all I want to do for this turn. I don't want anything left in C-Zone 36. They're all moved. C-Zone 60 has 4 subs, 2 destroyers, an aircraft carrier. 4 subs, 2 destroyers, an aircraft carrier. And a battleship. Alright. And C-Zone 63 has a destroyer to block. Okay, perfect. Mobilize our fighters into C-Zone 60. Mobilize our destroyer into C-Zone 60. Take an infantry. And an artillery. Into Kwangtung and take 1 artillery into mainland Japan. And that will be the end of Japan's round 4. So we'll see what happens next. I can delete my map notes now. I can. So I sent all the planes there, right? Yep, I sent the 5 planes there, so I can archive that one, and I can delete that one. All right. All right. USA's up next. I'll see you guys back for Germany round number 5. Alright, welcome back. This is the end of the game. Deliberate 23 decided to forfeit after Japan's last turn. So the board stayed exactly where it was at the conclusion of Japan's turn. And I think it was probably a reasonable decision to forfeit. Moscow was on its last legs here. And seeing as how I only needed 1 other victory city, I could have pretty much stacked France, Germany, and they weren't getting into Karelia. So, decided to forfeit. The game is over. This was my last Axis placement game, and ended up in silver 365. So we'll keep playing the Axis this season, see if we can't get that ranking up. 4-1 though in the placement games isn't bad. So I'll take it. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys back for another video.